Our big focus this afternoon, a day after the Goa government faced heavy criticism for approving a junket for 6 of its MLAs, including 3 ministers, to attend the FIFA World Cup. The state government has caved and asked the leaders to pay for their own trip. Initially, the 89 lakh rupee trip was being sponsored by the state government, which means the taxpayers' money was being diverted towards sponsoring a holiday in Brazil. Strong criticism from all quarters and constant media glare forced the government to change its mind. Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar had given the go-ahead to Sports Minister Ramesh Tawarkar, Fisheries Minister Avatano Furtado, Power Minister Milind Nayak and 3 MLAs to visit Brazil. On Wednesday, the Goa Chief Minister defended his decision, saying the MLAs are visiting Brazil to study the World Cup.
No, the Chief Minister has not decided. This is the minister, the independent minister, who is an independent MLA, made a statement to the press that he is going to spend money from his own pocket. We welcome that statement, but we also at the same time, we condemn the arrogance of the Honorable Chief Minister for going on the national television last night and saying that he is not only sending 6 MLAs and ministers, but he is prepared to send 40 more. And this is not the only instance which is happening in Goa. Earlier, even the BJP National Executive Committee, which was held in Goa to elect Mr. Modi as a campaign manager, 50 delegates of BJP were made state gas and state money has been used for that purpose. It was a political junket because for the last 2.5 years, the Chief Minister's chair was under attack from his own partymen 8 times. And even now I feel that these 6 MLAs were selected to silence the dissent within the party so that Mr. Parrikar is not replaced as a Chief Minister. This is what he did in the past also on other occasions to buy dissidents on his side, and this only confirms our fear that Mr. Parrikar's chair is still in danger from dissent within his party.
Let's get a word from our correspondent Aditi Anantnarayanan, who's joining us live from the national capital. She's tracking this story for us. Aditi, I believe the Prime Minister himself is said to have expressed displeasure at this controversy.
In fact, Simi, the BJP leaders had sent feelers to Goa Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar, saying that when on one side there is the BJP who talks about austerity drive, not giving extra privileges to its ministers or to its netas. On the other side, Goa Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar, we heard him speak to the media yesterday, where clearly he was defiant. He said that it was a study trip that he was sending his 3 MLAs and 3 ministers on. And clearly today it's a sudden U-turn that the state government has taken. In fact, sources were also telling us that this is a call that was taken by the state minister by the state government without keeping the centre in the loop. So little did the centre have any say in this. But clearly a message was given out to Manohar Parrikar that this is not the way that Modi expects his ministers to be functioning. And clearly we have seen this U-turn. We have seen the ministers themselves coming out and saying that they are going to spend their own private money on this entire junket. Clearly showing that ultimately even Manohar Parrikar, he has to toe the line that has been set by Narendra Modi, and all of them should fall in place to ensure that there is no major embarrassment that Narendra Modi's cabinet or Narendra Modi government has to face, because this has been facing a lot of flack and a lot of criticism by the opposition and by other leaders as well. In fact, yesterday we also saw the former Indian captain of the football team. He himself had said that he was also asked by the state government to go, but at the last minute his name was struck off. So clearly the message that was being sent out by the Goa government wasn't very good, and now taking a U-turn has clearly shown that somewhere they are also falling in place as per the strictures that have been laid down by Narendra Modi and his cabinet of ministers.
Right, and Aditi, we also spoke to the Goa Congress chief, who claimed that these leaders were actually creating trouble for the chief minister and these were sops being doled out for them.
Absolutely, Simi, if given a chance as the opposition, they are going to pick up and dig out a lot of reasons as to why this junket is being prepared. However, we saw Manohar Parrikar speak to us. He said that, one of the reasons that he wanted to send his ministers was for the fact that in 2017, Goa is one of the locations that could be picked for the under-17 FIFA World Cup, and that is why they were going on a study trip to see how the preparations are being made. So that was one of the key reasons being cited by the Goa Chief Minister, for spending that 89 lakh rupees, the hard-earned money of the taxpayers of the country. And clearly now that they have U-turned it, now they have taken the back step and they have decided that it will be a personal expenditure of all the ministers who are going from the state. Clearly they are trying to shed off the responsibility of this big mistake that was taken on part of Manohar Parrikar.
Absolutely. Aditi, stay on with us. We're getting in some more details. The 6 Goa legislators, including 3 ministers, whose proposed trip to watch the Football World Cup live in Brazil was in fact cancelled, and they were asked to foot the bill themselves, are now in fact seeking corporate sponsorship. The details of which corporate house has been approached, those details are still awaited. Aditi, this is something that's likely to now snowball into another controversy. This would be a clear conflict of interest if a corporate house is asked to sponsor these 4 Goa ministers.
Absolutely, Simi. In fact, there was just a respite. There was a window of respite for the Goa Chief Minister and his ministers who are going to Brazil when they accepted that they are going to foot their own bills. And now that the fact that they are trying to seek a sponsorship from corporate houses for this trip, clearly it is going to blow out to become another political blame game where the opposition will leave no stone unturned in ensuring that they give as much flack as possible to the Goa Chief Minister. We know that ever since Narendra Modi's government came into place, the opposition has been waiting for reasons to attack the Narendra Modi government, and yesterday also we saw that they said that strict action should be taken against Manohar Parrikar. So clearly if any corporate house accepts and agrees to give them the sponsorship to go to Brazil for this junket of theirs, it will definitely blow out to become another political war zone here.
Absolutely. Aditi, stay on with us. I believe we can also go across to our Mumbai Bureau Chief Sahil Joshi, who is joining us on the phone line. Sahil, another controversy in the fray. It seems that these 6 Goa legislators are looking for a corporate sponsorship.
They are definitely trying to search someone who can sponsor them to go to Brazil for this Football World Cup. Because in the morning, finally, the ministers decided that they will go on their own and they will not take any funding from the government. But then they realized that 89 lakhs to pay from their own pockets will be too much. So some of the people have told us that they are looking for some sponsorship. Actually, the Goa government has formed a Football Development Council, and it was said that they will be sent through the Football Development Council. Most of the ministers, some of the ministers and MLAs have already played football. They used to be a football player, so they wanted to connect themselves with the football through this. But when it was costing a exchequer and media took up this issue, finally they decided to go on their own. But as the cost is a bit high for those ministers and the MLAs, so they are looking out for some corporate sponsorship. They haven't yet revealed that who will be sponsoring them. That is yet to be known because they will be going in July, month of July, so they have some of time. But eventually we will come to know whether they will be going by their and will be paying from their own pocket or someone else will be sponsoring them for this.
Absolutely. In fact, if a corporate house does sponsor this, this will give the opposition another opportunity to lash out at the state government. Thanks so much, Sahil and Aditi, for getting us the latest on that story. We'll continue tracking developments.